In this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step how to start generating leads on TikTok using TikTok Instant Forms. One of the benefits of using TikTok Instant Forms is that you don't need to worry about building out a complicated website or a landing page. In fact, you don't even need a website or landing page. You can use the Instant Form and start generating leads today. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to first get up to a $3,000 ad credit when you start running TikTok lead generation campaigns, which is probably the best ad credit that is out there right now. I'm then going to go through and show you how to spy on some of the top lead generation ads on the TikTok platform. And third, I will go through and show you how to actually build out a TikTok lead generation campaign and build your own instant form so that you can start collecting leads today. So the first thing that we need to talk about is how you can get some ad credits for your TikTok lead generation campaign. So if you click the link down below, you'll see it'll take you to a page that looks something like this, where TikTok has an unbelievable offer. I can't believe they're doing something like this. This is the best offer that I've ever seen them do. You can see if you spend $100, they will give you a $200 ad credit. So for every dollar you spend, they're going to give you $2 back, which is absolutely unheard of. Usually they'll do like a promotion where it's spend 100, get 100 back, but this is spend 100, get $200 of ad credit, spend 500, get $1,000 of ad credit, spend 1,500, get $3,000 in ad credit. So in order to qualify, you do need to create a brand new TikTok ads account. It doesn't need to be a brand new TikTok ads account. You go through and hit get started, go through and create your account, and then go through and spend those limits. So if you spend $100, the $200 ad credit will automatically be applied to your account. Unfortunately, this is currently only for the US. I'm hoping that will change in the future, but do take advantage of this opportunity. It won't last forever, so take advantage of it while you can. And once again, the link to that is down below in the description. So once you've gone through that link and created your TikTok ads account, you'll be taken to a dashboard that looks something like this. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to come over to campaigns and we're going to click on create campaign. And here you will see it will ask for your advertising objective. Now for us, we are wanting to run TikTok Instant Forms. And so we are going for the conversion action lead generation. So we're going to click there, and then it's going to ask for some other campaign settings. And then here we can go through and give our campaign a name. You can name this whatever you would like, but I'm just going to call this lead generation instant forms. If you are in one of these categories, you will want to go through and check those boxes there, but we are not for what we're going to be advertising. And we're going to leave all three of these boxes unchecked. Then we're going to go through and hit continue here. And now it is going to ask for an ad group name. You can either come back and name this later after you've gone through and selected your targeting, or you can go through and click this template. What this will do is it will automatically add the location and the start time of the ad group, which is kind of helpful. So you can go through and give that a name like location plus time and save that as a template. And then what it's going to do is it's going to automatically add that template to this account or to this name. So then what you can do is you can come over here and click on template, location, and time. It will go through and add that template there, and then you can just delete all this, and it will dynamically insert whatever you're targeting and the start time of this campaign. Now here, the optimization location. Now this is important. We want to make sure that we are clicking on instant forms for this specific case. If you are wanting to send traffic to your website, you could go with website traffic. If you're wanting to learn more about how to collect leads with that objective, you can check out this video right here. I walk through that entire process, but for this one, we're going to be focusing solely on instant forms. Next, we're going to go through and click on the placements here. We want to include our search in the search results. This is going to allow us to show up when people are searching for specific keywords inside of TikTok, so they have higher intent. And we want to make sure that user comments, video downloading, and video sharing are available. Now for this example, we are going to pretend that we are a landscaper trying to get leads for our landscaping business. We don't want to target the entire United States because we're local. So we're going to come over here and we're going to search for a specific location, and I'm going to target a specific state. And we are going to say that we are located in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're going to type in Salt Lake here and target just this county around the area. So you can get super granular with the geographic targeting here, or you can go as broad as you would like. And you can see once we go through and change that location, this is going to change our ad group name so that we know that we're targeting Salt Lake area instead of the entire United States. So that's one of the nice things about these templates here. Then we can scroll down into the genders, and we're going to target both male and female. And for the age range, we're wanting to target people who are more likely to be purchasing a house. So we're going to not target 18 to 24, and we're going to leave it probably at 25 to 55 plus. We're going to keep this at all languages, and then spending power at all as well. And then household income, we're going to keep this where it's at right now. Now I've tested this a lot of different times, and I prefer to keep this open. You can go through and test it for yourself and target like top 5% of zip codes. However, I find that sometimes this data is not really reliable, and it's just best to target all household incomes. Then we're going to scroll down here to the audiences. Now you can go through and upload like audience lists if you would like to. So you can go through and upload like a customer list and target those people, or target people who look like those people. But for most people, what you're going to want to do is come down here to the interest and behavior. And when you click down on this, you can see there's different ways that you can target people. So you can either target them by interest, purchase intentions, video interactions, creator interactions, or hashtag interactions. For us, I'm wanting to capture leads, so I'm wanting people who are likely to have purchase intent. And so what I like to do in this example for landscaping, for instance, I come over here to the purchase intentions, and I will look to see which of these categories fits best with landscaping service. So you can see here we have household products, probably not exactly what we're looking for, but if we scroll all the way down here, you can see that there is home improvement. And you can go through and click just home improvement right there, and it will give you a full size. You can see this in the Salt Lake area, there's 20,000 to 25,000 in this. Or if you wanted to have it even more narrow, what you can do is come over to the purchase intention and then come over to home improvement and click this down, and there's even subcategories inside of here. So for us, we're probably gonna wanna go with construction, materials, and lighting for this specific one. So we're gonna go through and click on that for our landscaping company. Now, another thing that you could do is you could go through and type in a keyword related to your product or service here, and TikTok will give you recommendations based on that keyword. For instance, if we type in landscaping, you can see that there will be a few different things that we could target. We could target people who have interest in landscaping or landscaping TikTok, landscaping life, landscaping design. But you've got to be careful with these because there's a lot of people that just watch the videos on TikTok that aren't even interested in buying landscaping. Out of these, the ones that I would probably go with is landscaping design, because that means that there are people who are maybe looking to design their landscaping or kind of in a little bit more of a buying mode. So we're going to target construction, material, and lighting, purchase intent, and then interested in landscaping design. And you can see right now, TikTok is telling us that our audience is too narrow. Chances are, if you're a local service or business, this is always going to be the case. Don't let this scare you. 6,000 to 8,000 people, if I was able to target those people and even convert 5% of them, that's going to be a lot of leads for my business. If you wanted to, you could go through and make the targeting more wide, or the demographics that you're targeting wider as well, to make this more wide of an audience. But don't let that scare you too much. I found a lot of success even with narrow audience. We're going to leave the devices as they are. You can go through and adjust this if you would like. Lots of different things you could do here, but we're going to leave them as they are. Here's where we can go through and do the budget and schedule. Now, when it comes to daily budgets, I get lots of questions on what the daily budget should be. If you ask TikTok, they actually recommend that your initial budget should be at least 20 times your target CPA. So if you're wanting to get leads, for an example, for $20, you should times 20 times 20, which gives you a daily budget of $400, which I know can be a lot for some people depending on what your business is doing. And to be honest with you, I think this recommendation is a little bit outdated. I've run lots of campaigns where the minimum budget is even just like $20 a day, and it has done just fine. So that's just like the best practices from TikTok, but no, that's not like the hard and fast rule. Whatever is best for your business, I generally recommend starting around $50 to $100 a day for a lead generation campaign. But if your target CPA or your cost per lead is generally on the lower side, say maybe 20, 50 bucks, then you can start with as low as $20 a day and work your way up from there. You do need to spend at least a minimum of $20 a day. You can see if I come over here and I try to go any lower than 20, let's say $19, TikTok is going to say, hey, you need to at least spend $20 a day. So if you don't know, you can start with $20, see what those results do, and then gradually increase your budget as time goes on. So we're going to keep this on the daily budget. You can do a lifetime budget, but generally I recommend keeping it on a daily budget. You can go through and schedule your start time and when you want these to run. Now, if you are running this as a lead generation campaign and you have somebody accepting maybe phone calls or calling those leads as soon as they come in, you may want to set a specific time to run those, maybe during business hours or when somebody will be able to contact that lead. So here is where you can go through and set those specific times. Maybe it's Monday through Friday, or maybe on the weekends as well. You can go through and set a specific time for your ads to run. And then down here, you can see we have our optimization goal as leads and then the target CPA. We can go through and enter a value. A lot of new people, when they're running lead generation campaigns, they get very tempted to go through and add a target CPA to this. However, I do not recommend it if this is your first time running a lead generation campaign. The reason is TikTok doesn't know what cost per lead it can get you. And if you put this number in too low, then TikTok ads are just not going to show. They're not going to get impressions. So generally, I recommend keeping this blank until you have at least 50 conversion points or leads inside of your account to know what an actual good cost per lead inside of TikTok is for your business. So I'm going to leave this blank, and then we're going to hit next here. And then now when it comes to actual TikTok creative, there's two different ways that you can do this. You can either upload a TikTok Spark ad where you're taking an organic post from your account or somebody else's account and running that as an ad. If you want to learn how to do that, you can check out this video right here. We're going to be focusing on how to upload a video and run that as an ad inside of TikTok. But before we go through and upload the ad, I do want to arm you with the equipment that you need to have a successful ad created, because Oftentimes, this is the most important part, is actually having a TikTok ad that is going to capture attention and convert. And one of the best places to find inspiration for creative is the TikTok Creative Center. I'll leave a link to this down below as well. But if you come over here, what you can do is you can come over to inspiration and top ads dashboard. What I like to do is come over to the top ads dashboard. I will filter this down to my target location, and then I will filter this down to my specific niche. So we're going to do home improvement here. And then the objective, this is important. You want to make sure that this says lead generation here. So you can see here, once I've gone through and added those filters, it gives me a bunch of different results on ads that we could use for inspiration. Typically what I like to do is go and look at all of these and figure out what the hooks are, what the body is, and then what the actual call to action is. And a lot of times if I'm not finding a specific ad related in my industry, you can go through and type in that keyword right here as well, and it will give you even more examples. So once you've gone through and created your ad, you can then go through and actually set a custom identity here. So here you can go through and upload like a profile picture or a logo, and then you could also go through and add your display name, so your business name. So we could just call this Landscapers, whatever your business name, you can go through and add that. And then you'll want to go through and add like a custom avatar here. And then right here is where you can actually go through and upload the video. So you can go through and click this and then hit upload. And you can see now our ad is uploaded. It gives you a preview of what this looks like. This is, of course, just a demo ad here. Then you can go through and add text. Generally with a lead, I like to give them some sort of reason to fill out the form today. So I said, get 15% off your landscaping when you fill out the form today. And then you can have your call to action here. So you want to add as many of these that are applicable. Here's the ones that I found that are applicable for this specific one. You can go through and opt out of any of these basically. And you can see what this is going to do is it's going to rapidly test those call to actions to see which one performs best for your lead generation form. And next, what we need to do is actually go and create our lead generation form. So this is what people are going to see after they click our ad. So we want to come over here and hit create form, and it's going to ask you a couple of different options here. So you can click create a classic layout or a card layout. And with this, you can decide which one is best for your option. I have been testing this new card layout, and I have to say it is actually working really well. Basically what this is, instead of like your classic form, you just go through and it's almost like a quiz. Sign up to advertise takes 2 minutes. You can go through and have it ask different questions like, which of the following best describes your style? You can go through and here's like an example of what those look like. Or you can have the classic layout here where you can go through and have a blank form and create that. Or you can have a simple form or rich content form. Lots of different options for your whatever your business is. Generally, I like to go with just a simple form, or now I've been using this card layout. But like I said, whatever option works best for your business. So I'm going to show you how to use this card layout here. We're just going to go through and hit confirm once we've chosen that as our layout. Then from here, what we can do is customize this a little bit. And next it is asking for a background here. I guess the first thing it's asking for is a background. So we're gonna go through and upload that background. And if you are curious, the best size image for this is 390 pixels by 844 pixels. And all I did was come over here to Canva, just typed in landscaping, did that exact size here. And then I got a nice little background banner here. So we're gonna go through and hit confirm. And then it's going to ask for our logo. So we're just gonna go through and add a logo here as well as an example of our landscaping business. And the specification on this one is 240 by 50. So I need to go through and resize this real quick. Okay, and then that added our logo right here, and then we need a title, and here I want to say get 15% off landscaping. Okay, so then I just went through and added a simple description. Zoco Landscaping is a fully licensed insured located in Saratoga Springs here, or Salt Lake, wherever you want this to be. And you can see the default here is just your contact information. So first name, last name, phone number, email. So for most people, this is probably going to be good enough. But if you wanted to go through and edit this, you can click this, and then you can say, hey, maybe I don't want their email or I don't want their phone number. You can opt out of those, or you can add a description to your questions, or you could delete this all the way through. You can go through and add personal information, or you can ask another personal information cards like demographic, work information, if you want to know more about their company or their work, anything along those lines. And there is this logic setting. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but it does allow you to ask like an if-then question, which is really nice for a lot of forms as well. But for this, we're going to keep it really simple and just keep the contact information here. Oh, except one thing that would be important for our landscaping business is to get their zip code or their address. I'm not going to ask for the full address over the phone. We can go through and do that. So we're going to ask for the city and zip code of the specific place so that we know where they're located and that they fit in our target region. From there, we're going to go over here to the privacy. Here you will need to go through and add your company name. So we're going to call this Zoco Landscaping. And then you will need to provide a privacy policy. So most of the time, if you go to your website and you scroll all the way down and click on the privacy policy here, you can go through and grab the privacy policy, come back over to TikTok, and then place that in there and then hit complete. And then now you can give this a final page. And this is what they are going to see after they fill out the form. So it's going to say, thanks for your response. Tap the button below to learn more. And then you can have them send them to your website or to a different button if you want like an app install. Here, we're just going to send them to zocomarketing.com that says, thanks for your response. Tap the button below to learn more. Then you can complete the form and you are all ready to go. So now when somebody sees this ad and clicks on it, they will be taken to this little preview right here where they can see this form. And when they go through and fill this out, the information will be stored in TikTok. And if you wanted to, you could go through and copy this QR code and test the form to make sure that it is working properly. So now that we have the instant form created, the last thing to do is go through and hit submit here. And once that is submitted, I now want to show you where the leads will start showing up inside of TikTok. Now, after you've gone through and launched your campaign, and if you're wanting to see if you've captured leads, what you can do is come back over to your campaign dashboard. You can look at your specific campaign, and here's a live campaign here. If you scroll over to the conversions, that will tell you how many leads have been generated from this campaign and the cost per lead for that specific campaign. If you actually wanted to view those leads, like the contact information that was collected, what you can do is you come over here to tools and then leads. And here you will see a list of all of the leads, and then you can even go through, and behind me there's a little thing to go through and download those leads so that you can contact them. You can also set this up so that they automatically get put into your CRM, all sorts of different things that you can do to make sure that those leads are getting to the right people as soon as possible. And that is everything that you need to know to start collecting leads on TikTok. Be sure to take advantage of the limited time ad credit down below in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.